diamond in the rough. Had depression and anxiety, so I will never cuff. When they ask me to commit, I say I've been through way too much. Yeah, 2 cups up, man, this liquor feels amazing. Real fucked up, cause your vibe is so contagious. Adding in my story while I'm flipping through these pages.
What up, what up, what up? You already know who this is. It's your boy Devontae Forever. Back at y'all with another video. I know it's been a while. We had family in town. It's been a hot minute. I'm sorry. But guess what? Your boy is back. Here we go. Over the weekend, over the last month, over the last 2 months, I've been faced with a lot of different challenges. So like probably in a previous video, if you watched, I thought I was going to work at a cell phone company, and I was really excited until I got there. And when I got there, I realized the neighborhood I was working in and what that was just going to ask of me. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I hated it. I genuinely didn't like it. So I chose me over the job. And what that means is I just decided not to go back. I decided that it wasn't in my best interest to go back. So then the job hunt came. And over that time, I've been dealing with a lot of criticism. Between not only through like people and stuff like that, to myself. About where I'm going and my hunger and all these things. And I had to realize that a lot of the advice that I can give you or that others can give you, sometimes the best advice really comes through experience and comes through living. And like the reason why I talk to you guys the way I do is because I'm not someone who is basically, honestly, someone who's successful or something like that. Like I'm not. I'm on the grind just as much as everybody else is. And the thing about it is, I'm living it. I'm living through struggles. I'm living through disappointments and inconveniences, just like everybody else. And like when I was realizing this, I'm finally starting to realize that I come first. And a lot of people will look at me and say, "D, that's selfish." No, it's not. Actually, I lied. Yes, it is. It's very selfish. But who are you to tell me that that's a bad thing? Being selfish is a great thing. Being selfish is something we all wish we were. Sometimes I feel like we as people believe that being selfish requires you to be arrogant and not care about anybody. No, being selfish is about loving you more than everybody else does. Like a lot of times, man, especially when you are still in your parents' house, like I am, keep it real with you, that's just like I am. When you're 22, 23, 21, 20, still living in your parents' house, you're sometimes your parents don't see the amount of growth in you yet. That's not a bad thing. It's not a slight at them. And sometimes they will put their fears of the fact that their fears onto you. They may feel that you're not ready to like grow up and live on your own and be the best you. And I know, just like me and just like others, that can damage you. That can hurt extremely bad. But when you think about it, that's just what they think. And that's just them worrying about you. And I got to a point in my life where I don't want to worry anymore. I just want to live. I decided a long time ago that I'm not worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow when I could be living and fighting for today. Like, I have so many decisions to make very soon. Like, July is damn near almost over, and I still don't know if I'm going back to school. But guess what? Am I stressing it to like the max and things like that? No. Why? Because no matter what, I'm going to be okay. And everybody always wants to tell you about, for example, let me give you a perfect example. So, a lot of people always use, what do you call it? Like when people don't go back to school for something that they choose not to do. Or when people quit school to get their GED or things like that. One of the things my father told me is you got to have a plan B, C, and D. And he's absolutely right. You have to have a plan B, C, D, E, F, and G. But the thing he didn't tell me is it's okay if nobody agrees with those plans. You have to agree with those plans, and you have to live with those plans. I learned a long time ago that you have to make the best decisions for you, and you have to be comfortable living with them. I learned a long time ago I don't have to be comfortable with the decisions my father makes or my brother makes. Are they happy? Okay then. That is what it is. And I realized as I'm growing up that your parents are always going to express their love for you, and they love you. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they love you. They worry. It's what they do. But then I realized that I'm not going to live with that worry. Nah. That's not the point. Just no. And it's okay if they can't see your plan B. It's okay if nobody can see your plan B. But as long as you see it, and as long as you believe in it, that's all that matters. Like, a lot of times people will tell you to, like, you know, for example, I'm someone who believes in God, okay? Believe in God or believe in whoever you choose to believe in. But do I believe in God? Absolutely. But I also believe in myself. I have been through the darkest of things. But the one thing that has always gotten me through is that I believe in me more than I believe in anybody else. And that has gotten me in the jobs I never expected I'd get. That's gotten me girls I didn't think I could have. That's gotten me everything. We have to stop playing guest roles in our own stories. Like, sometimes I feel like we're writing our story for somebody else's enjoyment, and not our own. Like, I feel like we as society has gotten into this thing where we're all trying to sell this narrative and spin it for some weird way. But in reality, we're the only people who are reading these narratives. We're the only people reading this book. And I always just ask people, like, why do they do these things? What's the point? What's the point of life what's the point of growing up if you're not growing? And I feel like a lot of times when you start to change, you realize that in some way you're disappointing people. And at first it hurts. And at first it feels really bad. But then I ask people to look at you. Are you disappointing yourself? And in some cases, I am disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in the fact that I can admit that I haven't been chasing my dream as hard as I've wanted to, because I'm so used to having to please everybody. I'm so used to having to take care of everybody. To a point where I got to a point where I didn't even want to hear my own self think. I didn't even want to hear my own name. And nothing is more painful, and nothing sucks more than getting to a point where you don't even want to hear yourself talk. I can tell you about these things because I've done it, because I've been through it. I know what it's like to be in a room full of people and feel all alone. I know what it's like to feel like you don't even belong in the place you lived all your life. I know what it's like to feel like you're just not a thought. And it's crazy because, like, when I help a lot of people I know are dealing with isolation. And isolation, and what's like crazy for me about it is isolation is something I need more of, while other people are so afraid of it. And I ask people, why are you so afraid to spend time with yourself? Like, you see a lot of people who are all they do is talk about relationships. All they do is talk about wishing they had somebody for this and that and this and that. And I always ask people, like, why are they so afraid of spending time with themselves? And I think that's because they have nobody to tell lies to. Being by yourself forces you to honestly just be you. And sometimes we are afraid of our own thoughts that live in our head. And like, that's a real struggle that a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes, like, there's a villain in every story, and it's a very hard thing to deal with when that villain in your own story is you. Like, this is real. And I feel like a question that is important that I've been asking myself every day, and I want you guys to ask you guys the same question, is what is forever? What does forever mean to you? We all hear this shit, like, we want to be together forever, double infinity, and all this 24/7, and all this stuff. But what is in your forever? is the real question. What are the things you carry with you for forever? A lot of things that we know, a lot of the things we hold on to are forever things. But just because it's forever doesn't mean that it'll stay with you for forever. I just want people to understand that there's so many things in life that you can get through that you will learn about you. And once you continue to keep growing and adapting, your forever will change. There was a time in my life where I thought the friends that I had in high school would be my forever friends. There was a time in my life where my friends from college will be my forever friends, so I'll always be there for you. But as our forever keeps going, keeps changing, and as the years keep going on and on and on, I think we all wonder what our forever will look like. I know I do. I realized that one of my friends said something that actually really always sticks with me. Like, when you look at like how the lives we live, and you look at the jobs people work these days, they're all jobs not working for people, not doing retail or construction or something like that. We're all trying to do things and get paid to make money for things we don't really know how to. I don't even know what to call it, honestly. It's just the things we like, our interests and stuff like that. And like the one thing I always learn, and from watching all the YouTube channels I watch, how our interests change, and how the more popular you get, how much your opinion is valued. And I'm realizing that the highest opinion you have to have for not just YouTube or and things like that, just for life, is you have to have the highest opinion of you. Like, I realize that I have to be my biggest fan. I have to be my biggest supporter. Me. Because not everybody's going to support me. And that's something I understand. And that's something I'm very appreciative of. I know I have to be my biggest supporter. Not everybody's going to support you. Stop thinking that just because somebody's family that they're going to support you. Stop thinking that just because you've had a friend since like the 7th grade or some shit like that, they're going to support you. What are you going to do when the problem is you? What are you going to do when the only person that can get you out of what you're going through is you? I want everybody to win. But I want everybody to win when they're in their own skin. I love being me, bro. Like, I love being me. But now I'm at this point in my life where I'm asking myself, in my love life, in my dreams, goals, and aspirations, through every challenge that is facing me right now, I continue to ask myself at this point in my life, what is my forever? And I hope that I find it. And I'm going to leave you with this. Put it down in the comments. You can like it. I just want to know, what does the word forever mean to you? What does your forever look like? I'm proud to be at this point in my life. No matter whether people are proud of me or not. I can listen to the praises, but also I'm the one who can listen to the demons and the shadows, sadly, that we're left with as people, as human beings. It is what it is, and these things happen. But I know you can do it. Believe in yourself more than everybody else believes in you. Be your biggest fan and be your biggest supporter. It's been your boy Devontae forever. I'll see you guys soon. Bang.
Let the beat drop. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.